What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. I hope you guys are doing well. The Season 3 Reloaded update broke the game. Let's call it what it is. Black Ops 6 right now has something fundamentally wrong with it, and it all started after they released Season 3 Reloaded. Because I'll level with you guys. Ever since Season 3 dropped, I've actually been kind of enjoying Black Ops 6. It's not a perfect game, it's heavily flawed, but I've been enjoying playing Demolition. I've enjoyed the Warzone casual BR mode. Both have created some fun moments for me. I've enjoyed it for the most part. But then I booted up Season 3 Reloaded, and it felt like all of that goodwill that Call of Duty built up from Season 3 until now just completely fell by the wayside. I don't know how I can continue to play this game. It's absolute trash at the moment. And I'll explain what my problems have been, and I've seen some stuff come up across this community as well. So let's start this off with the new high art event that came out with the launch of Season 3 Reloaded. I don't hate the new Blazetown map like so many others in this community. It's nice to see them actually create a map with some color for once, like I said in a video recently. I'm so sick and tired of the browns and grays that Call of Duty seems to be married to. But man, does this not just create such a problem for the game? Because right away, I realized just how bad enemy visibility is in Black Ops 6. Because everybody is using a black skin in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's that Squid Game skin, or the John Black Ops skin, or the dozens of others that have literally no color in them, you never know if you're shooting against an enemy or a friendly. That's a problem. But it's not only that. One of the things I really came to realize here with Season 3 Reloaded is that they don't really care if they release something that is filled with problems, because they're going to distract you from those problems with things like this new high art event. There's a new map. Finally, a map to coincide an event. Great. There's new game modes. Great. Game modes to coincide an event. That's awesome. But then the event itself is so lackluster because once again, it is just a boring XP grind. Something we have seen numerous times, something that takes little to no effort, and I guarantee you the majority of these rewards, if you can call them that, are just AI generated. Heck, a lot of the Seth Rogen voice lines are just reused assets from other voice lines in the game. What are we really doing here? If we want to bring in famous people, maybe utilize their famous voice lines instead, or get them to say something new and interesting. But no, we have to reuse the same voice lines because forget creativity, forget anything new. Let's just be as boring as possible. But let's distract the player base with new shiny things to do all the time so that they don't really hold us accountable. And I'm tired of that, right? Like, honestly, just do something innovative, do something unique one time. But they don't want to do that. So this event does a lot of things that I wanted to see Call of Duty events do, maps and modes, but then they just completely botch it with the rewards. I do not want to see another XP grind for an event. That's not an event. Make players play your map that you've created for the event. Make them play the modes you've created for the event. Instead of just saying, here's a generic XP grind, like your battle pass. It's just stupid. But more than that, I can get past that. I can get past another half-assed event for Call of Duty if Season 3 Reloaded just kept the game functioning the same way as it was when Season 3 dropped. But that's not the case. No, what I've experienced since Season 3 Reloaded dropped is some of the most manipulated matches I have ever seen in Call of Duty. More lopsided matches than I've ever seen before, more crazy team balancing than I've ever seen before, and longer match times. And what I mean by that is this. I'll try to look for a match of team deathmatch, let's say. It's taking like 2 to 3 minutes to find a match sometimes. That's a failure of their matchmaking system. And I really feel like they're doing another one of those SBMM tests right now. But man, whatever it is, they've fundamentally broken matchmaking. Wait times are longer. The skill differential is massive at the moment, but it's not even that. It's the lack of real team balancing that's an issue. But not only that, the connection overall is abysmal. I've had more hit registration problems, more connection problems in the last couple days than I had in the weeks since Season 3 launched. That's bad. And somehow Packet Burst even returned. These are not things that make me want to play Black Ops 6. And I'm seeing a lot of people talking about the issues with matchmaking right now on the subreddit, over on Twitter, because it's a problem. But of course, Call of Duty wants to ignore that. They want to continuously pretend that they know what's best. They're going to distract you with all of the nonsense that they put in the game so that you focus on earning the rewards instead of focusing on actually having fun playing the game. Like, all of the rewards that you earn playing Call of Duty now should be the cherry on top of a Sunday of a quality game. But unfortunately, when you have a game like this that is built off some of the shakiest foundation we've ever seen, all you're getting is a cherry. And we seem to just be okay with getting the cherry and none of the Sunday. Last time I checked, 10-year-olds didn't like it when you didn't get the Sunday. But hey, whatever. I guess continuously create this game for the lowest common denominator instead of, having people hold you accountable. But hey, that's the world we live in now. People don't want to be held accountable. They just want to do things and have no accountability to all of the potential consequences of those things. And we have allowed Call of Duty to skirt consequences for far too long. All because what? We're afraid of playing a different game? We're afraid of maybe hurting the developers' feelings? Oh no, we have no restraint not to buy the new crazy skin because we just have to have it. These are the problems. And nothing's going to be fixed, nothing's going to be solved until this community actually gets their act together, which I don't see happening in the near future. I don't see it happening anytime soon because they just fall over themselves to spend more money on an incomplete game. And that's what Black Ops 6 is. It's incomplete. And if you're expecting things to get better with Black Ops 7, oh boy, do I have a bridge to sell you. Honestly. It's mind-blowing what people waste their money on, and that's okay. But it'd be nice if you valued your money a little bit more and you understood that, hey, we should be getting a better game than what we're receiving right now. There used to be a time when Call of Duty focused on quality over quantity. They don't do that anymore and haven't done it for quite some time. It's all about shoving as much low quality content down your throat as they possibly can. That's why we're getting events every 2 weeks. That's why they reskin Nuketown 1,000 times over, because they don't really want to put effort in to make something new and bold. But they don't want to do that because they're less concerned about creating something special and more concerned about appeasing the shareholders, making sure that they're increasing profits quarter over quarter. And therein lies your problem. This is not a video game anymore. It is a service to provide billionaires with more money. And that's why Call of Duty has fallen so far. That's why these updates continue to get worse. That's why the content overall is so bland. They're trying to appease the lowest common denominator because the lowest common denominator are the ones that spend the most money. And those that spend the most money provide the most profit for those at the top so that they can buy their third or fourth house even though they have never personally played a game of Call of Duty. They don't know that what they're doing is actually making gaming worse overall. But that's another rant for another day. I'm just going to leave you guys with this. Season 3 Reloaded is one of the worst seasonal launches we've seen in Call of Duty in a long time. And unfortunately, it has pushed me away from the game yet again. Good job with your engagement-based tactics there, Call of Duty. You're sure doing a good job. But that's it for me today. I would love to hear from you guys down below in that comment section about your recent situations around Call of Duty. Just let me know with a comment down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.